Hello, welcome. Right, we're going to play our senior league matches. Right, so Boothway's back. I'm not sure. And Schultz here, right? So I think we used our recovery. So we got our full strength team. Alright, let's go. So they're 7-8-5, 26-22-4. So just one of these teams that we should be trying to look to win, but it's possible that we won't. Bradford Academy still, well, okay, we checked last. I think yesterday they were at 24 because they played their first two weekly leagues of matches, the first two lots of 12. So yeah, so it'd be very interesting. Like where are we? Okay, so we've managed to pull, or we were like way down, and then we've gone on this massive win streak, and we pulled all the way up to second. Basically, we seem to be alright as long as we can actually play the matches and make the tactical changes to get the results. We do really well, and yeah, it's just the team struggles a bit when we're not there to make the decisions, pretty much. Right, I'd say basically on the matchups, like ideally, our matchups would all be different here. So I think it is worth inverting our formation and switching all the matchups around. Basically, we want all the matches. So we want Mizachi to be lined up on the other central defender, and we want their strikers lined up the other way around, like that. That's what we want. But now because of that, we just want to flip all this around, and then this guy's just going to be a winger, and this guy's going to be the attacking winger. So we've basically just inverted our formation. Now, the downside of this is that we've just basically put our winger that's more suited to being the attacking one as the more defensive one, and he's got lower tackling, and the one that's suited to be the more defensive one is now the more attacking one. But I think that trade-off is worth it in order to get all the better matchups for, like, our striker offset to the side that's got their inferior defenders versus the offset to the side that's got their superior defenders, as well as they've got a fast striker and a slow striker. So just make sure that basically our centre half that's guarding their fast striker our centre half is faster than their one, and also there's our slower centre half is marking their slow striker, but he's also faster. So basically, we've got, like, not only in regards to speed, that's just part of it, but just the matchups are just generally, in particular, that was actually, he dribbled across into the better defender than that tackled him, striker. But we want him generally moving it, ideally, like, just on the other side, so he, Now, one way we could potentially just encourage this a bit more, I think, is just to play the longer balls, because I think their defenders on that. Oh no. That's not a good start. Right, so let's just play. We'll go direct, and Oh, gosh, it's not good. Great chance. That could come back to haunt us, to be honest, because we are not creating a lot and we really want to try and score 2. So it could really come back to be a problem. There's a great flick on. Okay. So sometimes when that happens, it's like, oh, just shoot it, and then he cuts it back, and it's like, yeah, he's further out, but I don't know. It's just a weird one, right? Because the shooting angle was better, but then it's like, well, I don't know. But yeah, whatever. We scored, so it's all good. Right, we got this injury, so I think what we want to do, I don't know, we got, I think Palmai in particular can't tackle at all, so I think what we have to do here is bring on the Parmentier. I think we got to do that, I don't know, to be honest. Because I guess the other option is just to not play defensive and just play more attacking. Let's just do that. Let's just put them both as attacking wingers. Let's just mess up our formation a bit. Let's just go for it. It's a bit weird to do that immediately after you score, but I think well, even if we've done this, we can still invert the formation back to the other way around, how it originally started, and get the balance back if we need to, if this doesn't work out. So it's not that dangerous what we've done. So we'll have another interesting choice coming up soon because Ishikawa will needing to be subbed off, and then we'll either go to 2 strikers or still have the creative forward. I think we'll have the choice. I think in particular, like, the ball was laid back when he was through because we had the creative forward. So the creative forward is like screaming to everybody to always pass the ball to him, basically. So if we want that bit better decision making and players to not try to funnel things through the creative forward, then that's a reason to put a striker on. Plus, I think we want an extra player just pinned up against their last man because we're playing the long balls, and because our strikers are faster than their defenders, I think that'll just make sense. So I think we will just be subbing off for an extra striker just to have an extra player to run on to in these situations, and hopefully we get enough of them to win. Interestingly though, the 2 that happened were both to our creative forward. Well, that one was, sorry. The other one obviously wasn't, it was laid back. But I still think the point remains, we'll play the 2 up front, we'll bring the extra striker on. And I feel like we got drastically superior matchups from our attacking players versus their defensive players, so I think the path to victory is just to try to get a 3rd goal here and just don't care if they get a 2nd one, because we will have scored a 3rd one. that all sounds good until, of course, they score one here, and then and then maybe we don't score one at the end. But have some faith. They missed it. It is the case, though, that we can sort of expect something like that to happen, because normally we've sort of ruined the balance of our tactic a bit, and now we don't get as much protection on the flank, like to stop them from going down. Because we don't have a more defensive winger anymore. We've got both of them are attacking, so just disrupts the balance of things a bit. That's all. There's another ball down here. I feel like this is a bit more dangerous, so we'll just try and do something about that. We do have one sub still, but I'm just going to try and do something now, because we don't want to make that last sub just yet, I don't think. You know what? Let's just switch it back so this guy can be winger. So we got Octai out on this side now, and that's where we're going. So they had a speed mismatch, and we just brought our faster defender over to that side. I think now it's just a case of like well, let's just leave it for a bit, I think. Can't count on that because Palmar's not a very good tackler, so that's just a bit lucky that we got away with that one. Okay, that's a fantastic through ball. Sheesh. I don't know if I've ever seen that many shots in that kind of quick succession. That was a crazy amount. Right. I don't know. I guess Ben Yusuf can come out, and we'll bring on Harburg, and what we'll do is we'll put... let's just play dual midfielders like this, and I think Pina can... Well, he can still be box to box. I think he can be DM, DLP. Okay, I think we can go with this. It's a shame that went out. So in the end, I mean, this change was definitely a good one that we've made. We'd gone on from not really creating that much to having, I don't know, what felt like loads of shots, right? Like 19 shots. So I think it was like towards half time, and we'd have 4. And we've ended, when we made that change, whatever it was, 20 something, 30 minutes in, I don't really quite remember, but we'd had like 4 shots or something. And we made this change, and then Well, we had loads. I mean, hopefully they don't score now right at the end to... Oh, they might. Hopefully they don't. But either way, it was a good change to make. Maybe we should have made some other change to close out the match. I'm just going to hit pause to see if we... Okay. We win. So... Yeah, very good tactical change, that one. Just identifying how weak their defenders were in general. This one was okay, but he was slow. A couple of them were just bad. Like we just had really good matchups there. I think our keeper got a knock there towards the end. Right. So we got 2 injuries. The keeper out for 6, and left midfielder out for 7. I feel like these are just injuries that we can basically just handle no problems, pretty much. So I'm not going to use one of our injury recoveries again just yet, even though we still got, I believe, let's have a look, medical center. We've still got 3 treatments, but I'm okay. I think I'll just use them when we get injuries that actually we feel like is going to really compromise our team. We don't really care who's out or how long for, or how many players are out even. All we really care about is is it impacting our ability to get results, and it just isn't, I don't believe. So yeah, it's a shame this guy's just shunted out the whole entire rotation at the moment. Ever since we bought. Yeah, whatever. Okay, it is what it is. Right, so, wrong. Is that right? Yeah, this is right. Okay. Cool. Right. So 1 down, 1 win. Not quite right. So they're 11 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses, plus 3 goal difference. So yeah, another match where we should be looking to win, just like the one we just played, right? Like, we should be looking to win it. We should be trying to win it. Hopefully we will win it, but totally possible that we can drop points. So we just need to try to be on our game, make the right decisions. And that's why the difference between our youth and senior league this weekly league, by the way, is because we pretty much played all the senior matches this time. But the youth ones, we kind of haven't. And like these type of matches, right? Like if we're not connected to that, we just possibly lose that match. You know, maybe draw, quite possibly just lose it, and instead we win it, and you know, arguably actually win it quite comfortably as well. Really. Oh, we got a really good breakaway here. Really good. And we score. Alright, their strikers actually have pretty good long shots, but not particularly good finishing, which creates quite an interesting dynamic, really. In that, well, we don't really want them taking long shots, so we just want to pay a bit of attention to that in particular, I think. again, just a really slow backline. Not super slow, but just slow. Like, you can't... I don't think they're playing a deep defensive line. We'll see if we can work that out. But you can't have all of your defenders slow. Like, it's okay to not have all of them fast, sure, but you need at least one that isn't, like, and even, like, you don't need blistering fast ones. But it's just so heavily exploitable having them all slow. You need at least one that's decent, you know. I mean, what do they got? Like 43, 60, 55 and 48, right? So in particular the fullbacks, which you really, really want to be faster, they're both actually slow. And the two centre halves are just, you know, average / slow. Like, at least one of those guys, if you have all them that slow, like, you really need one of those two centre halves. If you have the fullbacks that slow, and I don't know, you just can't have all of them like that. Like, one of them's got to be fast, basically. Or you just put yourself at so much risk. And they are playing a deep defensive line, at least. So at least that makes sense. But then on the flip side, they don't really have... Their attacking players aren't that fast, which is the problem for them then. Because if they're playing a deep defensive line, you want to hit it long and play it and have all that space for your attacking players to run onto. But they need to be fast, so... I feel like this is just game over, basically. Just because they just... pretty much. I don't see they have a hope. The only real... They could conceivably score because at the end of the day, those two strikers have good long shots, and there's every chance they just end up with, you know, the ability to be able to take a long shot. It's pretty hard to stop a team from ever taking any long shots, really. You can certainly discourage it, mostly by just sort of blocking up the long shot space in the middle and encouraging them to sort of wrap around and try to put crosses in or whatever, which we could do. But it's like, I'm not even sure we need to, because I mean, the obvious thing that I think would help take the long shots is just bring on an extra DMC. So play 2 DMCs in front of our 3 DCs, and then you're basically saying, look, you can do everything you want except take long shots, pretty much. But I'm not sure that's necessary, because playing twin DMCs would restrict our attacking capabilities, and honestly, I think we're not done yet scoring. I think we'll get another one. No, I just can't see them scoring whatever we do. They're just not going anywhere. So I think this one's just, yeah, like I said, it's game over. I said it was game over pretty early days in this one. They just... I think because it's like, I don't know, honestly, the fact that we can just look at the players, see their formation here, and I don't know, is it a good thing that we just know so early in the match that they've just got 0, like that we just won the match? I guess so. It's weird because it feels like, I guess, in a way, all I'm saying is, it feels like the ability to see all of this information, it's like sometimes it just makes it, you know, like the fact that it can be too easy to win, I guess. It can make things quite easy. And I don't know, I guess it's more fun when it's more challenging, I suppose. It's hard with all these things because it's like, again, in the lower division, like, you don't, you don't really necessarily expect the other teams to be that good. Sorry about that. I wasn't watching this last little bit, but yeah, I'm not. Have they had a shot yet? Oh, they have. They did have a shot. Okay, right. But I'm fairly convinced they're not scoring 2 goals. Pretty much. Oh, they might score here. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we have to sub this guy off. I guess we'll just go the twin. We'll just, at the end of the day, like we didn't score the other goal. It is getting. Let's just do the twin DMCs like we said. I suppose. And I guess Mizachi will come off. It's interesting. I don't know if Palmai comes off or Ishikawa. I guess it's Ishikawa. So there's the problem with the long shots. But it's weird. It's kind of, since we've just gone the twin DMCs, we have. It has, as I said, it's like the original reason I didn't want to do it. It has restricted our attacking capabilities, but it's done now, and I think we're pretty decently short up defensively because of it. I can't see him scoring 2 goals, so I'm just not going to change it from now. We'll just play the match out. It's not likely to score another goal in the time that's remaining, I don't believe, but neither are they. They did get one. And it was a long shot, as we predicted. So yeah, it's a tough one. I kind of feel like, now it's like, what do you do? But it does kind of feel like ultimately, I think we change it back. I think ultimately we made a mistake going the twin, because we were attacking so much. I think we were better off just to continue to attack. So we're just going to install the players. We're just going to go back and hope that we can just rather basically win the game by just winning possession and just having an attack, and then that'll be all the remaining time. So that's the kind of thinking here. Yeah, okay, so we need one more attack. what a disaster if we lose this. Or, sorry, go to penalties. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. We kind of made a bit of a mess with that. We were completely dominating the match. I think we just got a bit thrown because I got interrupted. I didn't watch for a bit. Wasn't quite sure what happened, and then decided to just double on it again off the back of not having watched something, and then we nearly didn't win really because of that. So, but ultimately we did still win, and that's the thing. So that's one of the benefits to having a 2-goal lead is you can slip up a little bit and concede a goal, and you still get to win anyway. Okay, so just checking our team before we dive into the next match. Yeah, this guy's really fell out of the rotation, but 84, 75, 72. Yeah, we've been sticking with Lorena, but I'm not even 100% sure that Lorena is better. I guess he probably is. Than Bevan, but okay, let's get into it. I mean, you do have to factor in other things. Like, I think Lorena's contract is for another 3 seasons still. So, we're more happy to tip in the appearances to him versus Bevan just on that basis because he's got a longer contract. They're both 23 though, and yeah, Bevan does have a lot higher ceiling. So there's all considerations all over the place. I mean, I think part of the issue is we don't really need this. We haven't really needed this squad depth because once you get this injury, I don't know, it just feels like we haven't really needed it yet. Anyway, let's just put it that way. Yet. Newdale. 3, 5, 11. So. .68. He's actually a pretty good striker that they got there. This guy's slow, but ultimately decent. Slow. And their fullbacks are actually a bit quicker, but on the whole, their defense is just so weak. Again, it's like 3 matches in a row. I'm just going to hit it forwards because our attackers are just too good. I believe. So we just go direct passing. Let's just do this. That's what we're looking for, those type of flick-ons. much to say. I think we've just been doing pretty good here on the whole. Not creating quite as much, but it's one of those types of matches you're just happy with the flow. Not a lot is happening, and what is happening is largely happening for us. Plus, we're winning 1-0. We'd be totally happy with this. I think the only reason why we've arguably not is because we know that the team's not particularly good, and that's weighing on our mind a bit that we maybe should be winning more easily. But I don't know. Arguably, that should have been a goal. Like, that was a very good chance. I don't know. Like, we could easily be just winning 2-0 right now, and if we were, I just feel like you're totally content and happy. I don't know. I don't really want to change anything. I just feel like if we leave it, we just win. It's kind of guaranteed, just about. So changing it, why would you want to move away from what is basically pretty much a guaranteed win into some other type of potential outcome that is not a guaranteed win? So we'll just stick with it. It's just one of those matches. It's like you got to know when to change and you got to know when not to change, and this is one of those when it's not to change. We pretty much just pinned them back for quite a while now. It's just, it's that whole thing. Like, the best attack is the best form of defense, pretty much. And that's all of that pressure has paid off with the second goal, and it's effectively game over. Hey, they had a shot. But I'm not going to be too deterred from that. It was just one shot, pretty much. It's all they did for, the last 30-ish minutes. That was all they mustered. So, I think we'll just leave it. Just keep going. It's time for some subs. Should have potentially made them already, because I think it's game over. make him now. It's Ishikawa for sure. It's this guy for sure, but not sure who the third sub will be. Who's going to hurt us the most? Probably Mizachi. At least from those that are sort of would naturally tire. I think it's probably Mizachi. Other than that, just one of the central defenders. And if it is to be one, it'll probably be Catania. So I think it's just Mizachi we'll set off. And to be honest, we should probably just do it now. Because, well, we've won now with that third goal. Don't have to worry about any amount of bad luck. It doesn't matter at this point. We won anyway, I believe. So let's just get him off now. Great chance. Oh well, we didn't really need it. It's a good chance though. And yes, that's game. Do we get one more chance? No, we get another chance yet. It's the second great chance for Lorena. He scores that one. The first one I think he forced to save, which led to a corner. It's only his second goal of the season. Okay, very comfortable. 12 for 12. Well, that one was very comfortable. Yeah, anyway. So, let's have a look at our Winter League. Just, yeah, 12 for 12. Huge there. Yeah, so that's that. I'm not sure. Fortunately, we've got a bunch of stuff to do. I don't know if we'll get to play the youth matches again, but I think 12 for 12 puts our senior in a pretty good spot. So it might be the case as we get, if we're still struggling for time a bit, as we get closer to the end of the month, we might focus a bit more on youth. I think, for example, well, if we go to youth overall, let's see how we're sitting. So we're sitting at 2 point. So you need 60 points in. So what is it? 32 games. So you need. 32 games and 60 points. So it's like a bit under 2 points a game. Is needed. So we're well on track for promotion still anyway, even with dropping all these points. I think just because in the first week of the league we won all of the matches, I think, with the youth, or maybe got 7 wins and a draw maybe. So yeah, we're just well on track at the moment. So not panic time just yet. So yeah, alright, awesome. Thanks for watching, and catch you for the next video.